Let me address the white elephant in the room, and when I have, you'll know you've been lied to. ITFM was a radio station that was a pirate radio station, that was on the FM dial. About 5 years ago, we had to shut up because of it being pirate. But before I get into all of that, hi, I'm Shantae. I'm the presenter here for ITFM, and the founders, Ezra and Trevor, asked me to do this video for you because they were too chicken to get in front of the camera and do it themselves. Our goal is to bring back the much-needed, legendary ITFM station back to you guys. So let me tell you a bit about ITFM and the real story behind it. So it first started when two friends wondered why there was no existing hip-hop station on the FM dial. Of course, there were stations that played hip-hop here and there, but certainly wasn't anything that was dedicated to hip-hop or the genres that stemmed from hip-hop. This is the notion that spurred the ITFM founders back in 1999. To Joe Blogs and to the public, ITFM was simply a radio station that catered for all spectrums of the hip-hop genre. However, those who were behind the scenes know that it was the source, the foundation and the basis for many artists in the hip-hop industry, for their careers and for their businesses, and definitely a business basis for the genre.
It was like you couldn't escape it really if you was in London around that time. And there was a real air of excitement. You know, there was other stations, they weren't showing the same amount of love at that time, so they were really covering a void and an area which needed it, which was pretty much responsible for what's happening today with some of the UK MCs, you know, that are dominating the UK charts at the moment.
You know, I've done every other station that you could do in London as a DJ, whether it be Capital, whether it be Radio 1, whether it be Choice. And I'd see the amount of times the phone would be ringing. And after a while, after about 8 months doing it just got crazy. Like, the texts would just be, like, you'd have to have the phone on silent because it'd just be vibrating all the time and you'd be picking up on the mics. And then I'd be DJing in clubs and people would be saying, yeah, heard you on Itch, yeah, you played that tune. And then, you know, at that time there's labels about doing their thing and, you know, a new wave of artists coming out. So it was really exciting times and a lot of it was definitely down to ITFM.
By inspiring people to pursue a career, start businesses, become famous and even get involved in social issues, ITFM really nurtured the community by bringing together like-minded people. However, because it wasn't a legal entity, after 7 years of running around playing cat and mouse, moving from one studio to another and being cut off air, the authorities eventually won the battle and cut down a platform that was truly benefiting the community. Following the close of ITFM, the scene was in somewhat disarray, so it was lost, left without a home and pretty much without any outlet. Fortunately, since the station's demise, the community has prodded on and continues to grow to date. Those who were too young at the time of ITFM's height have progressed and achieved a good level of success with the aid of the internet. Nevertheless, there is still no dedicated outlet to be heard and no bridge that encompasses all the different aspects of the hip-hop scene in the UK all in one place, like ITFM did. Yeah, you've got great blogs and social media sites that play their role, but no dedicated station for hip-hop. With time, word started getting filtered back to the founders to bring ITFM back. Knowing that music and hip-hop is still a passion, the ITFM founders, after much persuasion, put the feelers out to see, test and hear if ITFM was really something that people wanted to be resurrected, which brings us to where we are currently. We put a website up that keeps people up to date with everything that's going on in hip-hop. We film interviews and performances of up-and-coming and established artists. We've even got a pool of DJs that do pre-recorded shows, but the main component of what ITFM is all about isn't here. That's the live interactive radio. And that's what's missing. They want ITFM back. They miss the quality and the variety of hearing all aspects of hip-hop 24/7 in one place. Needless to say, the station won't be as it was before, because of course it won't be a pirate station, which means the authorities won't be able to shut us down whenever they feel like it. If it is to come back, the hip-hop community are going to really have to want it to remain, to grow and reach higher heights as it was once intended. This is why I'm talking directly to you. You've watched this far, which can only mean one thing: you're a true hip-hop fan. But first, let me ask you a couple of questions. Imagine if you could turn on your computer or your smartphone and hear quality hip-hop music being played while being hosted by your favourite hip-hop DJ whenever you want. What if you could listen to and interact with your favourite artists while they're being interviewed live on air? All that and more, knowing that ITFM will be around forever without suffering the consequences of the authorities. Wouldn't you want that to happen? I know you've lived without ITFM and you can listen to hip-hop on demand whenever you want to. But tell me this, How do you discover new music? From friends? Do you just stumble across it? That's great. But now you can be the person that says to your friend, have you heard the latest track by insert artist name here? It just got played on Itch. You'll hear all the latest hip-hop music and be ahead of all your friends, as well as being ahead of all the other radio stations. But there are tons of stations out there that cater to urban music, so what's so different about Itch? That's a great question. But are any of those stations dedicated to hip-hop? If you've listened to Itch FM in the past, you'll know that we do things a little bit different. Itch FM isn't just your ordinary hip-hop station. Itch is truly a community station that is dedicated to all aspects of hip-hop. We have an opportunity for you to truly be a part of history, an opportunity which you could say you helped to bring Itch FM back. Find out more about how you can help, scroll down below this video and learn more about becoming a fundamental part of bringing Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back. Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back. Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back. Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back.
Pledge to bring Itch FM back.